Yeah.
Yeah, I've offered a couple times to talk to Northern Borders or communicate with them, and Peter recommended we didn't, but that's back when we thought the whole project was still gonna cost $4 million, so.
Well, and it'll change a little bit too if we bump, if we extend that.
Yeah,
extra
well,
piece coming
yeah,
out of,
exactly, yeah,
You
yeah,
know, by here, by city bed,
yeah,
right?
okay, yeah. Hey, there's Jim.
Hello, gentlemen.
How you
How you
doing?
doing, Jim?
Good. Does this sound okay?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Got a new thing here, so I was just making sure.
60 degrees today. You should be back here.
Yeah, it won't be 60 next week.
No, probably not.
I've been there, done that. Got many, many t-shirts.
Hi,
Hey, Larry.
Hey guys,
Larry.
Larry?
Ryan gonna be with us tonight?
It says he's joining, but I don't,
Hmm.
it's kind of stuck.
so I got this notice says the meeting's being recorded and AI companion is on.
Yes, that's my friend who's helping me do the minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, we have
That's-
friends now.
We've got he's not doing such a great job. We had some errors in the last minutes.
Oh. I didn't hear anything about errors. The AI catch it?
The AI
The
made 'em.
AI made the errors and I didn't catch it.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, Brian, I don't know if he's in person or Zooming, but he had indicated earlier today he'd be here.
Yeah, he's in Belize,
He's in
right?
Belize, yeah. He was just trying to join. I admitted him, but it froze, so he must be having an issue.
That's Belize for you.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
All right, let's see. Well, we still got a minute. Congratulations, Frank,
Yeah, congratulations.
volunteering for more work.
A lot more work.
Yeah,
Need a live body in the seat, I guess, right?
There you go. All right, 6 o'clock, North Hero Water Board meeting. I'll call that to order for March 9th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
Larry, we have a Michael as a guest that I'm gonna let in. I wasn't expecting anybody. Is anybody expecting a Michael?
I haven't.
Okay, here we go. Michael, can you state your name for the record?
He's muted.
Michael, can you unmute? Michael?
Is he still there?
He's still there, but he's muted and his camera's off.
Okay, so
Incognito.
and the protocol we put together for the photo bombing is they have what's the protocol?
No, they need to state their name for the record and let us know who they are.
And if they don't, they should be bumped out.
so if he's not willing to state his name,
Drop him, see if he comes back in.
yeah.
Michael, can you unmute and let us know who you are? Because if not, we're gonna drop you.
Or drove.
Yeah. Larry, you want me to move him?
Make a motion to drop Michael.
Second,
Yeah, I guess, is that protocol? Did we have a protocol after the bombings?
I don't think we did.
So, right now, have you invited him in or not invited him in?
He's in the meeting. He's there. We just can't see him and he hasn't unmuted to let us know his name.
I, you know, he wants to stay there and lurk or something. I don't have a problem with that. It's just if he's going to photobomb, let's make sure we're ready to get rid of him at that point. I mean, do you guys feel different?
Bracket up there is impossible.
And so it should be able to identify themselves.
Yeah, that's what that's part of the town protocol, right?
Yep.
Is to identify?
Yeah, and if he's not willing to do that, I don't think he
Good
should be
job.
part of the meeting.
Okay. All right.
The motion's waiting for a vote.
Okay, so the motion was to due to the individual not stating who they are and town policy and photobombing problems we've had is to disconnect him. Is that correct? Is that what I heard? Something like that?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Not hearing any nays. The ayes have it.
If he wants to come back in, he can try again. But he better
Good
identify
idea.
himself.
Okay. Oop. There we go. All
Hey,
right.
Lisa, Lisa, when people walk in the door and they come up and sit at the table, don't we have them sign in and we know who they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Okay, so this is the same thing.
All right. So adjustment to the agenda.
I don't have any.
I don't hear anybody.
No.
Approval. Maybe that was Brian trying to get in under a Michael.
Pseudonym.
You know what? Let me text him real quickly and see.
See if he's working under an alias.
All right, I sent him one. All right, approval of the minutes 2026.
Andy had two corrections to the minutes. Item 5, his name was spelled wrong, and item 8B, I had called it a pump blower building, and it's just a pump building at the water tank.
Yeah.
So I've made those corrections. So you
Okay,
have the corrected version.
all
You can
right,
blame that on AI, Lisa.
Thank you, thank you.
there we go. Okay, so approval of the minutes. Did I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? No nays. Approval of the warrants.
I got Brian trying to get in again.
Okay. Well,
Just
Frank,
keep-
you can go up. There he is.
There he is.
Okay. Propose a motion to approve the warrants for Fund 21 and Fund 22, in the amounts of $25,804.86 for Fund 21 and $124,175.70 for Fund 22.
I have a comment on Fund 22. And that's the, hello, Brian. The Negley and Chase
Right.
invoice, the cover sheet is in there with only my signature. We haven't gotten all the signatures yet, so what I would suggest is we approve it, but Lisa doesn't pay it until we get the signed copy. It went through a couple of changes, which is probably why it's been delayed. And I also want to point out that we're still holding a significant amount of money from Negley and Chase, even though their work is pretty much all done.
Okay.
In fact, we're holding about over $60,000 still. So I just wanted to point that out. So I would like to have us approve the amount, but not pay it until we get the final invoice, which should be this week.
Any questions on what he's asking for? So that was what, on warrant fund 22?
Yes.
So then I would probably need a adjusted motion on that for that.
Let me take another shot. Make a motion to approve Fund 21, the amount of $25,804.86. And Fund 22 in the amount of $124,175.70, with Fund 22 only being paid when the proper authorizations are obtained.
You good with that, Andy?
Yeah, well, it should be the Negley and Chase invoice because of other things in Fund 22, right?
Just
Sorry.
the Negley and Chase.
Sorry. Yeah.
Just the Negley and Chase.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, a second on that.
I'll second.
Any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? No nays? Okay, it's passed. And we have the balance sheet forum. Is there anything we should be looking at there, Frank, on the two balance sheets?
I mean, things are moving along. Nothing really out of order in the balance sheet. On the budget status report, things certainly look, most categories are coming out to 2/3 type of amount, which is where we should be at this time of year. There are a couple of categories that, like the revenue side or, the reserve that are at 100%, but that's in 22. But nothing out of the ordinary that I see, and things certainly look like they're generally on track to the budget.
Okay, thank you. Recognition of visitors. Guess we don't have any, and Brian's with us now. SOS report. Anything there, Andy or Brian?
I do. Something that just come up in the last couple of days, maybe not directly affecting us, but I'm now involved in the town fire station and garage project, just to make it official, but they found out they've applied to the state for a permit for the fire station. It was designed without a sprinkler system and supposedly in accordance with all the building codes. The state is now telling them that they need a sprinkler system. And in order to avoid putting in a water storage tank on site, they have to prove that that we can produce 500 gallons per minute of water, which we can do, but Kevin is not going to take responsibility for proving that. So I think the engineer on the garage is coming up here hopefully later on this week. He's going to coordinate with Kevin. They're going to go to the blow off, the one closest to the site. Kevin will open and close the valve. The engineer will have the equipment to calculate the flow. So like I said, I don't think it's going to have any overall impact on us, but I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay.
And by the way, when we had the big leak up on Route 2 a month or so ago, we were actually pumping 468 gallons a minute. So I don't think 500 is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So.
I don't either. Just make sure Kevin's there so we don't chuck.
Oh, he absolutely
to find another.
Yeah.
And preferably do it during the morning and not on a Friday so that we have to deal with a leak on the weekends again.
I think last I heard they're shooting for either Wednesday or Thursday this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other stuff on the report? He is that where he had the did he give us stuff for the interface? A contract?
Yes, and we can, when we get to the status of the water storage tank, I can talk about that.
Okay, because we got a Hallam
Yeah.
ICS one from him. All right. Okay. Water credit supervisor report.
Yep, we have a delinquent amount of $10,402. I am happy to report that the customer that we shut off in December has made their payment. So, we weren't sure about, we hadn't heard from them for months, so we did receive that.
Excellent. And we're pretty much on track of where it is this time of the year. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And the Vermont ANR financial contact update. What have we got there?
So Corinne gets all the financial information for the water department and wanted it to come to me. And there was a whole process we had to go through with Carl having to sign it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to let you know that we did that.
So you've acquired more responsibility.
I've acquired more responsibility, yeah. It's just easier, the invoices come through, for the fees, for the operating, all that stuff, it's just
Yeah.
easier to me.
It's a
so.
better flow. No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Board discussion action items, work projects. Brian, Andy, anything going on besides repairing pipe?
No, a couple of repairs lately, yeah.
Yeah, and as we said last month, his priority right now is getting through these the testing opening of the tank and all that sort of stuff. So I'd say he's got plenty on his plate.
Yep, absolutely.
And do we have that?
Yeah, project update will cover all that.
Okay. All right. Any questions on work projects at this point? Okay, water storage tank project timeline discussion. So what do we got for an update?
Okay, so we're on the verge of startup. And it's gonna be a couple of steps. And I think Kevin, I know he's covered this in his reports. In order to connect the water storage tank with the plant, we have to add a SD card into the control panel for the 4 high service pumps. That will involve shutting down those 4 pumps for a short period of time. It may be as little as 10 minutes, but certainly no more than an hour, so that the card can be installed and the wires connected. Once that's done, the 4 pumps go online, and that card is needed in order to integrate the 2 sites. So Kevin is and Larry, you probably know more about this than anyone. We have a 5th high service pump, which is, I guess, basically an emergency standby, which is supposed to kick on if the pressure in the system goes below 50 PSI.
Yeah, it's just got a old fashioned one that bypasses all that other stuff that we have.
Yeah. So Kevin's gonna do that trial tomorrow, probably around noon. He's gonna shut off 3 pumps. He's gonna have the individual control on the 4th pump, whatever number it might be. And he's gonna slowly turn that down and make sure that pump 5 kicks on when the system gets down to 50 PSI.
Okay.
Issues. And if that happens, then we know we're good to do the shutdown, which would be on Wednesday. The next day, the guy from Hallam would come up and install the card in that control panel. So that's the first major step. So once the card's in there, now we can think about actually starting up the water tank. And that currently, and the programming is pretty much done. Right now, that is scheduled for Tuesday, March 17th. We originally talked about doing it on the 16th, but there's going to be too much going on here in town on the 16th with the groundbreaking on the fire station and everything. There'll be a lot of people here, so we decided to put it off for a day. So March 17th is the day that we're gonna turn on the and Kevin will fill the tank over the weekend. You know, it takes a couple days to fill the tank. So that's
Okay.
kind of where we are.
And I have two thoughts.
Yeah,
One, in case we spring a leak, it might be a good idea to have Kevin contact the excavators that we use to let
Case,
them
yeah.
know that it might
Yeah.
be a high probable day for us, possibly.
yeah,
And number two, I would think it's already in there, but in case it's not, the pump that we talked about, make sure you chat with Kevin about that. If they're going to turn something on, they may very well want to turn that pump off so that
yeah,
it's not in the loop.
yeah. Kevin's on top of all that for sure. I mean, he's kind of nervous about it, understandably, because he said, well, he's been operating the plant. That pump has never come on because of, you know, the pressure being low in the system. It did come on once because of a glitch in the controls. And I think it caused a leak when it came on.
It so there's sort of an easier solution to that, right? Don't let it go to the full pressure. Have him turn. So it's going to come on at 50. I forget, and it's going to motor up to whatever we have it set at X. I'm going to guess 100-ish
70.
probably.
No, I think 75.
You think it's 75?
Well, I know that we run between 70 and 80 PSI in the system overall. So
We're
So-
75 now.
yeah.
Is it 75?
Yeah.
You know, we used to be higher. I
Yeah.
have encouraged him to go lower. But anyways, so the thing is maybe not put 75 in there if he thinks it's gonna give a little spike, you know, maybe it should be running at 60. Nobody's gonna lose
Yeah.
water at 60.
Both the pumps 1 through 4 and pump 5 all have a VFD, a variable frequency drive, so he can control. So he's gonna, I think, gradually turn down pump 4 and gradually turn up pump 5, so there's no shock to the system. I mean, he's put a lot of thought into this.
Okay, so he's on it then.
Yeah.
Good.
And then, one other thing, I don't know if it made, I had done a blurb to put in the Front Porch Forum. It's in here? Okay.
The public announcement.
All right, let me look.
Because we haven't got to it yet. All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
right.
we'll get to that.
Okay, so probably, you know, what would be good is Tuesday, maybe you drop us just a short recap of how the day went.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And preferably not one of those text messages from Waterbury.
Yeah, I will definitely keep you all in the loop as we go through that. And just, there's still work to be done after Tuesday. That'll get the tank online. Kevin's still, working with Hallam on a lot. Our contract just has 3 operating scenarios: tank fill, tank drain, tank offline. And so that's the basic programming, but obviously Kevin wants programming, if there's a leak in the system and have to pump out of the tank, there's a lot of scenarios that he's working with Hallam in, and it'll take a while to get all those up to speed.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Andy on that? Brian, Jim? No.
Just one other thing on startup, there's a chemical system up there too, basically chlorine. That needs to be started up. That'll happen, Thursday of next week. And that should be, very simple.
That time frame is nowhere around where we got to do those EPA tests, is it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Just bring it to his attention.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't,
yes, I will.
I don't want to
Yeah.
fail one of those because of something. Okay, security system. How are we there?
I talked to, Jamie Bushy the other day. He's gonna give us an updated proposal, should have it in the next couple of days. So it's gonna be based, obviously, we know we can't use the state's, Wi-Fi. So it's gonna be based on, he and I still think Starlink's the best way to go. I know you have a problem with that, Larry. So I asked him, well, give us a proposal based on Starlink and, whatever else I mean, we could go through Comcast, but we'd have to dig a trench from the, road back to the building. Not that that's a big deal. So anyway, that, plus he's gonna base it on 3 cameras this time. So I was hoping to have the proposal before now, but I don't. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's coming.
I'm not opposed to Starlink. All I'm saying is let's there's nothing wrong with old fashioned if it is
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi is a lot more cheaper
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
than
I just want to let me butt in a little bit. I've been getting these updates from the state on security requirements and stuff. Just to be clear, none of that has anything to do with our control system, correct? It's just going to be the security.
That's all, yeah, totally independent of the control system. Same as the
Okay.
camera plant, yeah, yeah.
all right. Good. Tank aeration system. So we had test out Andy at the last meeting, I believe, to come up with how much it would cost to go ahead and
Yep.
and do that. And let's see, I'm looking at what
We
IMOT.
have a updated proposal from Ixom. So I'll go through the numbers when you're ready.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so basically the cost of the system installed is 111,149. And in addition, the control panel's another 10,308. So that would be our contract with Ixom. Our responsibility, assuming the aerator gets mounted up on the roof of the tank, is we would have to run the wiring. We'd have to mount the control panel, run the wiring from the aerator to the building. I've been talking, and that's the email from Jason. He kind of spelled out exactly what we have to do. And we'd have to in order to qualify for funding for that, we'd have to get competitive prices. So we'd probably get a price from the electrical contractor on the site now, plus our electrical contractor in Milton. Anyway, Jason and I concluded that would be no more than $10,000 to do that wiring. So we're looking at roughly $120,000 to $25,000 total cost.
Okay, what's this optional mixer cost?
We have mixers in the tank already, so we don't need those.
So that's part of up above.
Yep, but the other thing I want to bring up, because it's a pretty big deal. Back in the 111, included in that $111,000 is the service plan for $5,760. That is an annual cost. So that would be for the first year. So if we were going to have them continue to service this blower, it would cost that, presumably plus inflation.
Yeah. Well, I would say for the first year, we should probably do it.
Yeah.
And then make a decision from there. So the folks that are going to install this, they're not capable of putting the electrical portion in?
No, they're not licensed. What did it, the Exxon, they're based out of North Dakota. They have a crew that literally travels all around the country installing these systems and doing the service on the system. But no, they're not electricians.
So $10,000 to put the wiring in. I can
More or
wire
less.
a small house.
Well, that was the most, what we would, if we want to, go ahead with this, I'd, go ahead and get firm quotes from 2 electrical contractors.
Yeah,
And I can do that for sure.
that just seems, unless have they got some big 240 cable that's got to run, or is it
No,
one?
not at all. I agree. We just wanted to throw out the worst case. I think it'll be quite a bit less than that. And if we're really serious about going ahead, I will get quotes, from 2 electrical contractors on this.
Yeah, the 10,000s and the
Yeah. Because the conduit is all there. The conduit was installed on the tank. You know, the tank was built with the, intention that this may be added in the future. So,
all right. So da 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 da. All right. And lag time.
8 to 12 weeks.
So
Actually, their sales reps, you know, if we gave them a go ahead right now, they could do even better than that. It's a slow time of the year for them. But I mean, do we want to commit to doing this now, or do we want to wait and see, you know, how the tank does? I mean, maybe we don't need it.
I can't imagine not needing it
Okay.
because the it's going to increase the residual time, and you know, that could have a negative effects. If we have to go to some other type of chlorinating the water,
Yeah.
maybe. But I think right now, if we want to try to continue to use chlorine,
Yeah.
we should go ahead and do this.
Yeah, it definitely, should help the, disinfection byproducts.
And
You know, assuming that we're cycling the water through the tank on a regular basis, which is the plan.
yeah. So Brian, Jim, and Frank, your thoughts on this? Of
I say
spending about
go with it.
125. Go with it.
If we can afford it, I would go with it. It's a good hedge against future DBP issues, and who knows about water quality and stuff like
Yeah,
that. They're only going to get worse.
I don't know how, I think it would still apply against our funding. I know for a fact the state will, allow this as part of our, revolving loan fund. I confirmed that the last week at our meeting.
Yeah, but we don't have a. Where do we have the bond vote for the revolving loan fund?
Well, we're still way under the 1.8 million.
We're under the 1.8 for the.
Right, I mean, we're way
Yeah,
under that.
686 is all we've
Yeah,
been reimbursed for so far.
Okay, so I'd rather try to figure what have we got left for free money over there.
well, the northern borders would not, this is part of the water tank, so that wouldn't cover it. We've already got all our money from USDA, so that would leave the 20% CRRP, which I'm assuming it would be that we get
Yeah, because
20%
we're
of it.
under.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're still under the.
so,
Okay,
but we'd have to confirm, yeah. So I guess, we could get 20% of it from CRRP, and if we wanted to borrow the rest of it, you know, as part of the revolving loan fund, we could do that, or we could just pay for it out of our capital fund.
so why don't we? Well, thoughts, Frank, your thought on this, and Jim?
I certainly can't comment on the technical aspect of it. You know,
Off of mute.
I mean, it's 100 grand, you know, certainly between, worst comes to worst, if it came out of the, you know, reserves, then it sounds like looks like there's enough money to do that. can be done in free money or other matching grants, then that certainly is much preferable.
Yeah, my thought is we just go ahead, I think it's what you're saying, is go ahead and pay for it out of our funds. And then we still have another year or so that we can look at it and say we want to be reimbursed for this portion, correct?
Reimburse through the revolving loan fund, yes.
Yeah. So I would think at this point, we go ahead, pull it out of our bank. And
Okay.
then when we finish the pipe project, we look and see where we're at. Does that seem like a reasonable path, or?
I think so.
It does. It does. I was gonna
The
start
one
off
thing
by
we
saying,
haven't talked about, if this is gonna be reimbursed through the revolving loan fund, or even through any of our other funding, we've got all the red tape we gotta deal with. We gotta get certified payrolls from the contractor and, just a lot of things. Whereas if we just pay for it out of our money, we just do it and that's the end of it, no strings.
Well, I guess that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we want to get the 20%.
Okay,
But the amount that we need to match to get the 20%, take that out of our bank.
okay,
We don't
All
want
right.
to, we don't want to not spend that 20%,
exactly.
right?
yep.
So,
All right, so then I'll go ahead and get competitive quotes on the electrical, and I will make sure that Ixom understands. And it could add a couple $1,000s. I don't think it's gonna add much to their price, but if they gotta conform with the minimum wage rates, the Davis-Bacon and certified payrolls and all that, I mean, that wasn't included in their proposal. It may be a minor cost addition.
Yep.
But I'll confirm all that.
okay, somebody want to do a motion to give Andy cover, that we give him permission? This is sort of a little outside of what he's been doing, but still there. But it would be nice for him to have a motion from someone to move ahead with the purchase.
I make a motion to give Andy the authority to chase down and get the contract to purchase and install the equipment.
Can second.
All right, further discussion? Not hearing any. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? No nays. So Andy, unless I'm wrong, this is authority for you to go out there, grab it, do it, get
Yep.
it scheduled.
Yep. I know what's gotta be done, so I'll go ahead.
All right. Hallam updated quote, which we
Yeah,
have in the pack-
I'll address that one too. Our original budget from Hallam was $20,000. And they've been doing a lot of work, and like I said earlier, Kevin's asking for a lot of different scenarios. It was basically a time and material contract with an estimated total of 20,000. We asked Hallam, we were just concerned that maybe they were gonna run over that, so we asked them to take another look at it. So they came back with this proposal, which has the same $20,000. So it's the same as what we've been working with. It's just that we had asked them to take another look at it, because, we thought
Okay.
maybe there'd be some overruns, which there won't be.
And was this contract put in for reimbursement too? For the
Yes,
20%? Okay,
and
And the other,
And
and the
on the page,
GWSRF.
yeah.
okay. All right. Okay, email.
Do we need to do anything?
With the public announcement,
What's that?
you're gonna,
Oh, where
Oh,
was,
no, Hallam, do we have to sign this? Does somebody have to sign this? I should have looked closer.
but if it's the same as
Well,
before, do you have to sign it?
Yeah, maybe not, maybe not.
I mean, I could see if it was changing or added to,
Yeah, I think
It's
it's just,
just-
okay, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
yeah, if it's just updated, it's good. If it hasn't been signed, then you should take care of that, Andy.
Yeah, okay, I will.
And then make sure you give a copy to Lisa.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. And then the final thing, which is page 26 of the packet, was what I was planning to put in the front porch forum, probably next weekend.
Page 26.
There's one typo that Kevin caught me on. We'll be bringing, oh, no,
I
it's,
corrected it.
oh, okay, thank you.
I already corrected
All right.
We thought we were gonna put it in the Islander too.
Yeah, well, that's the question. We want to,
Oh, okay.
it's free to put it on Front Porch Forum. Probably cost us in the Islander.
Well, I'm hoping we could put it under the North Hero News.
Okay,
If it's, goes under the North Hero News, it's free.
Yeah.
If not, there could be a.
yeah, okay. Because I try to make the point, like, but also to keep it pretty brief, so.
So I can't find it. You said it's page
26
26.
in the packet.
Is it in the PDF one, the online one?
Yes, it's called a new water storage tank startup public announcement under 8B.
So I'm on page 22. I don't see it. I'm on page 26 and I don't see it.
Keep
Oh,
going. It's just
there it is.
before-
Page 28. Okay. New water storage tank startup. Construction is
Yeah.
complete. And startup will begin during the week. This will involve online testing. Online and testing out various operations. Customers may experience cloudiness or air in the system. Any of these conditions will be temporary and no concern from a safety. Maintains it. So, air, where would the
Yeah,
air?
I wanted to throw in, I didn't want to throw out that there might be more leaks, because we're certainly,
Yeah, well, the air sort of,
I just put that out there as, I doubt if that, I don't think any, well, the discoloration maybe, the pressure maybe.
I would do away with air.
Take that out of there?
That would be my
Okay,
only thought.
yeah, I'm good with that,
Which
Yeah.
greatly increase, and then maybe just something on the bottom, a thank you or your support of this system, your support of this enhancement has been
Yeah.
much appreciated or something like that.
something, sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
Anybody else got input for Andy? All right, then I guess you're good with that.
so, and you want to go ahead and put it in the Islander, hopefully for free.
Yeah, I would
I need
just
that
put,
Huh?
tomorrow by 10. I need it.
Yeah, no problem.
all right.
So that'll show up in the Islander
Thursday.
this Thursday, and then any preferences to what day I put it in Front Porch Forum? I was gonna do it like Saturday or Sunday,
Yeah,
and I could do
yeah.
it twice, I mean.
No, I think just once, maybe if this is, when does this show up? Thursday? in the
Tuesday is
Islander?
when we're actually gonna, oh, yeah.
In
The Islander will show up this Thursday.
This Thursday, and Front Porch
Front
Forum
Porch
is usually
Forum
every
will be
day or every
Whatever
other day.
Yeah.
So,
Why don't you do it the same day as as the Islander?
Yeah, I mean, we're tied into the Islander schedule. I was hoping to do the Front Porch Forum a little bit closer to when it was actually gonna happen, but another, we can do it all at the same day. It's no big deal.
so when is that? So Thursday, yeah. I think
Well,
that gives plenty of
Do
time.
everything on Thursday? Okay,
Yeah,
And I'll put it on the website.
okay,
Just put-
perfect. Yep,
okay. And let's see, I just got a text from Carl. Request to have the flow test done. There's one. It's crazy. Okay, so Carl was just following up to make sure that we have the fire department set up for that test you were talking about, Andy. So that's
Yeah.
all set. Water credit, okay, boom, 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 facility, Hallam. What is the MPBR 2026?
That's the monthly report for the USDA, just
Okay,
still are doing those until we close out the grant, so.
and I looked at that, I saw that before. All right, and there's nothing, and we've got all our money I saw from them, right?
We do.
Okay, so we just need to get a little bit more from the CRP and then start the other one. The US, orders.
NBRC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's good. Phase 2, US Route 2 Waterline Replacement Project Update. Brian, unmute and you got the floor.
You'll see in the warrant, there's a first request for funds from a contractor, Cortland, is to cover their bond. And I'd like to get approval to sign that and get that paid tonight. I don't know that I wasn't on when you did the warrants. Did that get included?
It did, yes, 15,200.
11,000 something. Yeah, okay.
11,500, yep, that's on
Yep,
there.
that's it. 11,500.
Just make sure you sign it, Brian.
Yeah. We got to figure out how to do that, Lisa.
Sign the warrant or the bond?
Well, whatever, Andy, have you been signing it? Each
Yeah.
time You,
If it's
Oh, the pay requisition,
yeah,
yeah.
what I've been doing is just signing printing out the cover sheet, signing that, scanning it and sending it back to Jason. And then he puts the whole document together with the signatures. That's what I've been doing.
all right, and then you sign it at some, okay. Yeah, we should have a signature from the authorized rep when you're spending the money.
That's what I figured, but can't sign it until we got it approved. Now it's approved. Now I don't know how I'm going to sign it. I don't know. There had been some discussion of trying to do, I forget the name of it. Something you can do with the computer. What I don't have here is I don't have the
DocuSign.
ability to.
So there is a free trial you can do for 30 days, and then there's a fee to do DocuSign.
But I mean, we're working with Aldrich and Elliott, right, Brian?
Yeah.
That all I've been doing is just printing out the one signature page, putting my
Yep.
signature on it, scanning it, and
You can't
sending.
do that down
You
there.
can't do that?
I can't do that here because I don't have
A
a printer or scanner here, and
Oh,
I don't know anybody within 60 miles that does.
So Brian, just take you got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
So just take the iPhone, open up the PDF, and then you should be able to hit up top where that you can sign it, and then hit forward it back or wherever you want it to go. Sort of like we sign the warrants, right?
What page is that? Is that in the updated financials? No, that would be in the packet.
Yeah. Right, that invoice is not in the packet. But you sent it to me. Do you need me to send it back to you? Let me,
Yeah.
Let me see if I can play with the PDF and create a box that you can just fill in.
That would be awesome. Yeah, if you can send it to me again, I'll try doing it with the phone.
Okay,
Anyway, what's going on with it now is we're waiting to hear back through A&E. Jason is on vacation this week, so I didn't get anything from him. I was hoping to hear back from him this morning, but he's not back yet.
I think he's back tomorrow.
Yeah. We're hoping to hear back from Cortland Construction on the issue is they have asked if they could figure out how they're going to do the temporary water. Instead of doing it in 3 sections, they want to do it all in one section, which would cut out as many as 2 of the pull pits for the pipe bursting, which would benefit them in two ways. It would be less work, and the biggest thing, and what would benefit us the most too, is they could put the entire stretch that's going to be worked on the temporary water before they started any of the pipe bursting. So rather than shutting it down 3 times and having to resanitize and get everybody back up and going, we could do it by shutting the system down only the one time. The way to make that work, they would need to increase that temporary pipe size from 6 inches to 10 inches because of the friction loss over the length of the full length of the operation where we're going to be replacing the pipe. And they had come up right now, the last I heard, it was like, well, it would cost us an extra $25,000 in piping. So my reply to them was, well, with the saved time and stuff, what are you looking at an additional cost to us? And if so, what would be the end result of that? Because I'm hoping that the time savings would give them the option to, within the allotted time, so that it's all finished by September 1st, they could continue work with open trench replacement of pipe to the south of where we're stopping this work and continue down towards Hibbert Point. The plus to us being that the pipe that they would be using for the temporary would be suitable for that application. So if this all works out, it sounds more complicated than it is, but if we make it easier for them, they could get more time, they could do more work, and it would cost us less to replace the pipe south of where we're currently planning on it, and do it all on free money.
I have just one question. It doesn't make sense to me that the temporary line would have to be 10-inch. I mean, the existing piping there is 8-inch, so I don't know why the temporary line would need to be bigger than 8-inch.
Because it would be HDPE, and we need to go to basically
Oh,
10-inch
because of the
to get
ID.
the same
The
ID.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, yeah,
It's the interior, it's the ID.
okay.
The 6-inch they were going to use was the IDI, which is larger.
Yeah,
It's
Gotcha.
complicated, but
yeah, no,
it
I
would,
understand.
yeah. And since we're replacing the rest of that line with 10-inch HDPE, it would match.
Yeah, okay.
And we could go direct to valves and stuff without having to put reducing valves in.
Yeah,
So that's where we're at. We're waiting to hear back, and I'll keep everybody apprised of apprised of what's going on with that. It's my hope that this whole thing's going to work out for very little extra money, not enough that we could use up all of our grant money, but for very little extra money, we could get a lot more work done
yeah.
if this gives them the time.
Yeah,
So the other thing is we got 3,000 feet of pipe after. So
Yeah. But we'd have 3,000 feet of 10-inch pipe, which we have multiple uses for, whereas there then 1,000 feet of 6-inch pipe that we only have limited uses for.
mhm.
so
But if they
Anyways.
did more work, Larry, we wouldn't have 3,000 feet of pipe left. It depends how many, it would be less whatever they could use up.
right, absolutely, which is a good thing. But
Yeah.
and Brian hasn't convinced me how they would do that without shutdowns then. But
There would be a second shutdown, but again, only a single shutdown. They could use that pipe for temporary on the second part and then just roll it into the trench and hook it up and be done.
what do you mean roll it into the trench?
Well, basically it would just go into, it's going to be open trench, the second part of it.
Right, and it's
They dig-
flexible enough to just have it hooked up and roll it in a trench?
I don't know if they might have to reconnect the incorporations or remake the incorporations, but the
Yeah.
pipe would already be right next to the trench.
Yeah. And, and when we talk about a shutdown, it's really just that handful of people up on Route 2, right? That'll be impacted by the shut, because we'll be feeding the south end of town from the tank and the north end of town from the treatment plant. So the
That's
shutdown,
correct.
yeah, okay.
That's correct.
Yeah, depending on how quickly. Anyways, my thoughts on all this is we need a time frame. We sort of
Mhm.
need a decision by the next meeting,
Yep.
so we don't run out of time. So that if they say no or whatever, we can try to figure out, is there a way to spend some more of the free money?
Well, at the very least, if they wouldn't, let's say worst case scenario, they say, no, we don't have the time to do any of that. We want to leave you with 3,000 feet of extra pipe. We'd still be paying for it out of our grant monies, and we'd have that pipe in inventory. So I see that as the worst case scenario, which is still not a bad case.
Oh,
Yeah. We just need a spot, put 3,000 feet of pipe.
Well, there's that.
But, okay, so there's that. What's the power of attorney thing, Brian?
I have no idea.
Lisa?
That was a document that came in with, it's just, all of this stuff was what was signed at the meeting, Brian, when you and, Jason, it was all part of the construction meeting.
yeah,
Yep.
we had the same thing on the water
Yeah.
tank. Yeah.
Oh, it's a power of attorney. Who do we give the power of attorney to?
No
It was
idea.
for the,
What page are we looking at?
mine doesn't have page numbers. Oh. Says power of attorney, Great Midwest Insurance Company.
Oh, okay.
It's for the insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, very standard document.
It's
We
for the
had-
bonds. It's for the bond.
Okay, okay, so it's an insurance company. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was wondering who we were giving power of attorney to. Okay,
No, yeah.
that answers that. Thank you. Discussion of disbursements and requirements for grant funding, recap.
Larry, before you move on, I failed to
Yep.
put this on the agenda, but the easement update, and we were required to get another signature from, can't remember the address, but the Wyckoffs. We had only had, one signature, one property owner signature, and so we sent that out. We did get that back. The lawyer now has it, and he's waiting to connect with somebody in his office that had done the title search, and they were on vacation last week. Everybody's good vacation
Yeah.
time. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have more of an update on that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
While we're on, will there be additional easements required if we do the extra footage?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
There will be,
all right.
which maybe we should start on those now.
Yeah.
Since it's taken so long.
All right.
We only need two, and one of them's a temporary, so it wouldn't be that hard.
Okay,
But Brian, maybe it would be good to get, who's been doing that? Nate? Has he been the easement?
Easements?
Yeah, get Jason to get Nate going on, it, at least so that we're gonna know, who the landowners are.
Because the Strohmeyer property is part of that Hibbard Point Corporation. So they don't actually own the land. So that was gonna be a challenge. And Mike, and then when we realized we weren't gonna go that far, we stopped him researching that. So that property, there's gonna be more to that one.
Okay, so,
I'm not sure we need the easements with open trench. And there's only one blow off easement that would be required. We wouldn't need a pulpit.
So we're gonna need, all right,
So
well,
we-
here's
Yeah.
the thing, Brian, that's a question for Jason so that we can
Yes, it
get
is.
a cap on that.
Yep.
And I think the other question for Jason is the state permit to make sure
Yep.
they're gonna approve that. And
Yep.
then it, next meeting's April, and when do they start work? May?
They'll be starting sooner than that, more than likely.
Then we really need to stress to Jason that we sort of need this up to all come together before the next meeting then.
Understood. I expect by the next meeting to have either a final package put together or a recommendation that we drop the rest of it and just decide on whether or not we want to pay to have the larger pipe.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. Project funding recap.
So I just put these spreadsheets together showing each of the two phases of the project and where the money was coming from. So
Okay,
what fell under the reserves, what is fell under CRP, DWSRF, and the USDA grant. So it
So-
was just a recap for you guys to see, to hopefully help you see what we have for reserves or what we've spent for reserves and what we still have outstanding to be reimbursed.
At some point, we need to come to an understanding of what we're actually gonna get for Northern Borders funding for phase two. I think that's up in the air right now. It looks like we're not gonna get the full $1 million.
Yeah, not without extended,
Yeah, even with that, I don't know if that'll add
but
enough
more,
money,
but
yeah,
it's,
so. But I don't think
Well,
we have.
unless we can spend a lot more money.
Well, yeah,
but the point
So
is that.
the Northern Borders, I thought at one point they were gonna let us spend money on the tank, but no?
no,
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 it's strictly construction on the US Route 2 line
Okay.
replacement.
And how much do we get for a match out of that?
well, that was just a flat $1 million. It was not although we had to
We had to
spend.
spend, we had a 50% match,
So we.
So-
but our other grants and the other project went towards
Yeah.
that match.
Right, so that's what we need. So even though we got a $1.2 million over there, that doesn't mean that we still don't have the possibility of getting $900,000 for the 1.2. So we have to go back and look, and correct me, Lisa, Andy, if I'm wrong, Frank, that we got to look at the entire project, which included the water tank storage, right?
Yeah, yes.
Which is kind of crazy because
Yes.
they're not giving us any money there,
Well,
but we have to put all the money together that we have spent, and we can count those grants, I believe. So, and I forget what the match is. Is it 20%? Or was it more than that? You got that look, Lisa, that I'm saying something that's not right? Or-
50,
It was a 50% match, but we had to spend the 3 million to get, the total project cost for both had to be $4,057,000.
Yeah.
We had to spend $3,057,000 to get the million, the full million,
but from
We,
all sources, right?
from all sources, yeah,
Right.
all sources.
okay,
Yeah.
and how much have we spent on the tank so far, Andy?
Well, you've got it
One
right.
point 851.
Yeah.
And then
I
we'll be
mean, we'll end up spending around $2 million on the tank.
2 million. And that's it. And then we're gonna spend a mil here. So then we're up to 3 million. But they're not gonna reimburse the well,
we're gonna spend 1.3 on the contract that we have right now with Cortland.
Mhm.
Yeah, I figure we're about $700,000 short
Of spending
of spending, yes,
to get the full amount,
to get the
Wait.
full amount.
which if
And
we're, what does that mean we would lose in grant money?
80% of our our underspending.
I mean, Peter didn't know.
Yeah.
He's never come across this situation where,
We come in
we
under
come
budget.
in under budget.
Yeah.
Usually everything's over budget. So, of course, if you add the aeration at 130, that's so now we're down to 570 short.
Yeah,
It's only for
And
construction,
that's,
right? So it's not.
No, it's everything. Full project cost for both. We have to, for both.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
not just construction. They're only gonna give us the money towards construction. But total project cost for both, we had to spend just over 4 million.
right.
To get the full grant funding.
Okay. And you figure we're gonna be five,
550, 570 short with the 1.3 for, if we come in about 2 million on the tank and 1.3 on the water line. Is the two,
Yeah.
with that extra 100,000, 130,000 you're gonna spend for the aeration.
okay.
I
All
figure
right.
about 570.
So, so Brian, let's chat in the next couple days to see where Jason's at, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
All right.
I still would like to have a firm answer from Northern Borders as to what's really gonna happen, nobody's had that conversation yet. I mean, Peter's probably the right guy to do it,
All right, I'll reach out and see.
yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's a whole new scenario that. Maybe there's a way, maybe we still get the full $1 million. I mean, the money's sitting there for us theoretically, right? Maybe they say, hey, good job, you came in under budget, but you did what you said you were gonna do, here's your $1 million. I mean, I have no idea,
That'd be fantastic.
yeah, wouldn't it? I mean, that would be the best scenario.
Yep, okay, we'll find out.
So anyways, can we put a Zoom call together with him? You, me, and
I'd say Frank.
yeah, I was gonna say Frank,
Yeah,
so that we can figure this out.
Yeah.
And I don't think, do we need to warn to have a Zoom meeting, 2 water board members?
Not two, nope.
Okay, so is that okay with you, Frank?
Of course.
Okay, then why don't you come up with some times, Lisa, with him, so that we can sort of nail this down so it doesn't keep rolling.
You got it.
All right. Let's see that financial report. Where are the preferred contractors again?
Well, yeah. Was there anything more about the financial?
Not really. I mean, we've talked about a lot through the meeting.
it seems like we're always dealing with preferred contractors and just.
So the
Yeah.
preferred contractor, you had asked me to put it on the agenda when they came up for annual renewal. At the August meeting, you all reviewed the new procurement policy that the select board adopted in September. And one of the concerns was the pre-position contracts that we already have and solicitation of vendors in advance based on our new procurement policy.
Mm.
So you had asked me to bring it up for discussion prior to, usually in April, we start the whole process of sending out the notifications of
Yeah.
preferred contractors. So
And let's remind me again here, which part that was the wrong part, the competitive selection
right.
process, which is page 11 of that document and 71 of the PDF I'm looking at. works.
So the pre-position contracts is on page 2, and it talks about contracts awarded in advance of potential work being performed. I mean, are you considering those preferred contractor agreements, contracts for work, you know?
Those are not contracts. Those are not agreements. Those are just qualification documents.
And it's emergency work. It's always emergency work.
Look at that ahead of time.
Yeah,
It's as needed, and it's not on a contract basis. We pay for time and materials as billed.
yeah,
So it wouldn't fall under a pre-position contract.
I don't think so.
no,
Yeah,
No.
but unless I think where that would fall is like if we said, hey, we want to put 500 feet of pipe in, and we called up one of them and said, it's your turn to do this, that would be outside the realm. But as doing repairs and leaks,
Unknown amount, known cost or anything like that.
no.
yeah,
So they would fall under the pre-qualified contractors. They've been evaluated and determined to be qualified to perform work based on capability.
Yeah,
It's not entitled to a pre-position or standby contract. Mr. Riley cannot exclude potential bidders or offers from qualifying during the solicitation period.
so
Okay, so maybe
yes.
this doesn't apply to us?
I think it doesn't apply.
no, because there should have been a thing in there that said, and maybe it is, because I was when I looked it over initially, I was trying to put everything I could think of. An emergency type section. Do you remember if we addressed any emergency type section of how it would go? Because you don't have time to get bids when there's an emergency. Position.
65.
And then didn't we put in a higher dollar amount so that we didn't need some of that, Lisa? Or am I thinking something else? Seems like so long ago when we did that.
Yeah, I think you did put in a higher amount that you didn't have to go to the select board and.
Maybe that was limited to procurement categories, incidental. It's purchase up to without providing remains scope. So if we went, and that was under a minor purchase, but it's not a purchase. I think we're good.
Okay.
You know, Larry, the first line of Appendix A says when soliciting formal proposals or bids for procurement. Emergency repair is not a procurement.
Yeah.
right.
So,
It's plain and simple, first sentence.
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I think if there's ever an update in there, maybe just an emergency addition in there would make it clearer. But you're absolutely correct, Jim. All right. So we're good there. Preposition, soliciting vendors, and I did want to just hop back, Frank. The stuff you sent us, did it get put in the package that you put together, or did that just come to me?
No,
It
went to
went to
everybody,
everybody.
but it's not in the nightly, this package.
Okay.
meeting.
Did you want to go over that? I printed a copy of it out. Did you want to give us a quick lowdown of what you found? Because it looks like you spent a lot of work on that.
Now that we had the lower bid, I'm just trying to see what that would mean for the projected allocations for sources of funds. And, it's still a moving target. We've got, we have to get this NBRC question answered.
Hmm.
With the reduction of the bid versus the original cost, it certainly changes the numbers, by an amount, including CRRP. DWSRF pretty much stays the same, and that includes the forgiven amount of the 23,000 plus. And then the reserves is what was making up it's like the plug account. It's carrying the balance of whatever's not covered by the free money.
Yep.
But, as the numbers change, this will change as well. And, we can certainly plug in new numbers as we go, but it's, Yeah.
Okay.
as of when it was written last week, this was the best information that we had.
All right. Thank you. And yours sort of shows about the same of 3.4 million over there, right? Those would be the new numbers. At least
Yeah,
at
that
the
was
time you did it.
without the blower, the $100,000 project
So,
addition for aeration. So, it was just pretty much the same without the aeration.
all right. And so we had, let's humor me for a minute, guys. Andy, what is the water thing at now, including engineering?
The entire cost
Yeah.
should be just under $2 million.
And that's with engineering.
Yes, that's everything.
Okay. And then we got the 1.1 here for the pipe. And Brian, do you remember the engineering there? So
I don't remember exactly how much the engineering was. I know it was going to be total at 1.8, but it's gone down a little.
went down. Yeah. Down one. Okay. All right. And you have maybe you have the engineering up there updated. Is that the 1.4 that you have, Frank, for the phase 2?
I don't have the prior package in front of me, but
Sounds like that
yeah,
includes
but,
engineering.
1.4 is,
Yeah.
the bid
1.4
plus
would include the
Yeah, plus
engineering, yes.
Yep, yep,
and anything else that's
yep.
in there.
Okay, so that gets it there. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get that meeting set up and sort of nail that down and then try to figure out what the
Just
options.
one suggestion when you go back to NBRC, I think we were innovative in the way we replacing this water lane and that line. And even though we're doing the full scope that we planned on originally, we came up with a much cheaper way to do it through pipe bursting. So, that point probably should be made, I would guess.
Yep. Yep. All right. Okay. And where am I at? I'm gonna turn the light on. It's starting to get dark. So actually, I'm going to turn the light on. 10 appointed positions. Review the letters of interest. And we have a letter from Frank. You know what? I gotta let my dog out. I think he's got a reason. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, anyway, so we got the letters,
Yeah, we just received one from Frank and,
one from this
Mine
visa
for-
person.
yep.
It's either that or he wants to eat the squirrel that's on the lawn. One of those.
Okay.
So we got the 2 letters, Frank's on there. You read it, that he's asking to be serve again with us on the water board. And we got Lisa's where she would like to be the credit supervisor.
Yeah.
Is that the correct wording for it? The water credit supervisor again. Did we receive anything else in the meantime? Nothing.
We did not.
Okay.
So
I'd like to make a motion that we recommend to the select board that both of those applicants be appointed.
I will second that.
okay. Any further discussion? All those and Frank, you should probably abstain from the vote would be my
Agreed.
input. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any nays? Okay, so and I'm missing one who is Frank, you're abstaining?
Yes,
Okay. It is unanimous with one vote abstaining. So yeah, if we can just send that over with the typical jargon and a little note that says we advertised and received no other applicants. All right, future agenda.
I had one more point while we're here, please.
Yep, please.
I got something too, so.
After the select board meeting of last Wednesday, the reorganization meeting.
Yeah.
I have replaced Claire as the water department,
Okay,
or would,
yep.
assuming everything going the way it needs to go. I would be the select board contact for water department.
Okay. All right. Well, that brings up one thing. Lisa, can you draft just a little short letter from the water board to Claire, thanking her for her service in her position as a liaison from the select board and put all our names down there? Any objections?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I just want to know if Frank is going to bring us coffee and donuts like Claire always did.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do it. I'm not sending it to Belize, so you better get back up there.
There you go. All right. What do you got, Andy?
I hate to do this. I'd like to circle back to this sprinkler thing. Can you tell me exactly what Carl sent them? Because I got a pretty ugly message from Don Stewart about this too. So I think we need to talk about it.
Talk about
More.
what?
The sprinkler system and the test that needs to be done. What did Carl say to you?
Well, I'm not sure if it's personal or if it's
Well,
but he told his last thing was give me a call after the meeting.
okay.
So why don't
Well,
we
that's
leave it at
kind of
that?
what Don told me. You know, this whole thing just blew up in the last couple of days, and they need Kevin's assistance. And apparently, with his schedule, he wasn't able to do it exactly when they want it. And I'll talk to Kevin in the morning. He's got a lot going on, obviously. But this is a very critical thing to the fire station as well.
Yeah.
Their schedule.
So how about I
You
call-
talk to Carl, I'll talk to Don, and then maybe we all talk again afterwards. So
Okay, future agenda items. Let's see, the typical stuff that we have, the work project.
You're gonna have the board reorg.
Yeah, I was gonna get it. We need the entire board reorganization. I would just go into last year and cut and paste.
Okay.
And then and then for the regular stuff, board discussion action items, work projects, should probably just leave it on as a holder. And then water storage tank, I'd say project updates, security, aeration, again. And if you guys think of something else, let me know. Phase 2 will be on there of additional work, contract extension, easements, and state permit. Highway permit is another thing they'll need. Disbursement, so that will be a update from Frank after the Zoom that we're going to have. Financial report. I don't think we really have anything there. Requirements, appointed positions. I think that's anything else, guys. Lisa?
Spring flushing is usually for April, and the preferred contractors is usually for April, and consumer confidence report.
Wow, all of it. I guess we should put that on there. So put the Flushing under work projects.
Okay.
And also under work projects, put the consumer. That's usually done by Kevin, and he'll give it to you to send out, right?
Yep,
The
Okay.
CCR's got to go out with the
the billing,
The
bills.
billing.
When do the bills go out, Lisa?
June.
Okay, so this is just sort of a heads up to
Yep,
get it going. All right. Anything else?
Nope. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, signified by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Thank you.
Lisa.
thank you.
Thanks.
have a good night.
See you guys. Bye.
Huh? Oh, no, I didn't. Thank you.